Hi class, good day. So today is the continuation of our discussion regarding continuity. Okay, so let's proceed to this topic. So for part 2, we'll start with the classifications of discontinuity. So for the classifications of discontinuity, we have actually two. We have the removable discontinuity and we also have the essential discontinuity. So what is the difference between the two discontinuity that I have discussed? So for the removable, if f of a is undefined, then it means that the discontinuity that we'll have is a removable discontinuity. It goes as well if you have f of a is not equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches A, given that this limit exists, but they are not equal. So in that case, in that two scenario, we'll have a removable discontinuity. Then we also have the next one wherein the essential discontinuity, it happens when limit of f of x as x approaches A is D and E or does not exist. So these are the two classifications of discontinuity. Okay, so let's try this example. Okay, so let's say we're asked here to determine the values where the function might be discontinuous. Test for continuity at those values if discontinuous. Classify the discontinuity. Redefine the function if discontinuity is found removable. Okay, so let's have this. So let's say we have a piecewise function which is um f of x will become equal to x minus 1 whenever x is less than -1 and f of x is equal to -4 if x is equal to -1, while f of x will be equal to x squared minus 3 if x is greater than -1. Okay, so this will be the solution to this problem. Okay, so our a here, of course, that's basically 1, right? So in that case, our a here is 1. So we want to look for um x is equal to -1 if it is continuous, if the function is continuous at -1. So what we'll do is we need to check for the first condition for continuity. Of course, we must or the valued function must exist. So in that case, f of -1 must exist. And of course, as you can see here, obviously, since whenever x is equal to -1, what will happen to the function? So it becomes -4. So it means that f of -1 is just equal to -4. So is the first condition being satisfied? Yes, of course, because there is a value, right, which is -4. Okay, so the next thing is we'll consider as well the second condition for continuity, wherein the limit of the function as x approaches -1. Okay, so this must exist in able for us to satisfy the second condition for continuity. Okay, so what we'll do is, of course, we just need to check the two-sided limit. So we'll check the right side limit first. So that's the limit of f of x as x approaches -1 from the right. So of course, it will give you limit of what function will be the or which among this function here will satisfy the -1 from the right. So of course, this inequality because we're defining -1 from the right. Right? So it must be x greater than -1. So what will be the function that we'll use for right side limits? So of course, we'll use x squared minus 3. So it means that this will become x squared minus 3 as x approaches -1 from the right. So if you will substitute it directly, so this will give you -1 squared minus 3. So of course, this will give you -1 squared. That's 1 minus 3. That's -2. Okay, what's next? So the next thing is, of course, we'll check the left side limit. So limit of f of x as x approaches -1 from the left. So again, you'll check the inequality now wherein which of this function will satisfy the -1 from the left. So of course, this inequality, x is less than -1. So we'll just use x minus 1 as our function for the left side limit. So we'll have the limit of x minus 1 as x approaches -1 from the left. So evaluating the limit, so this will give you -1 minus 1. So this will lead to -2. So once done, of course, for the two-sided limit, the last condition is that the right side limit as x approaches -1 from the right must be equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches -1 from the left. So are they equal, class? So yes, of course, because -2 is the value for the right side limit and -2 as well for the left side limit. So in that case, it satisfies as well the third condition for two-sided limit. Okay, so in that case, it means that the limit exists and the limit is equal to -2, right? So in that case, the second condition for the continuity is being satisfied. Okay, so what will be the next thing? So the next condition is f of a equal to limit of f of x, x approaches a. So of course, if f of -1, no, is this equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches -1? So obviously, it's not because f of -1 is -4 and this is not equal to -2. So in that case, class, what do we need to conclude now? So we can conclude now that since the third condition is not being satisfied, so it means that f is discontinuous at at x is equal to -1. Then, what's next? So in that case, class, right? So in that case, this is discontinuous. And what is the classification of discontinuity that we have? So of course, since the third condition is the condition that fails in this given problem, no? So it means that the classification of discontinuity that we have is the removable discontinuity, right? So it means that you can say right away that we have a removable discontinuity, right? So if you want to redefine, class, since we're asked to redefine, right, the function if the discontinuity is found removable, so to make this continuous, what do we need to do? So as you can see here, if you will replace this by let's say -2, if you will replace this by -2, you'll able to know now that this will become continuous, right? So it means that if you will replace -4 by -2, automatic this will become continuous. So that's what we mean by this to redefine the function if discontinuity is found removable. Okay, so by changing -4 to -2, it will become continuous. But otherwise, since it's -4, so it will become discontinuous. Okay, next. So for the next one, we have this. We have this given. We're in piecewise function again. Our f of x is equal to x plus 3 squared if x is less than -3. F of x is equal to square root of 9 minus x squared if x is greater than or equal to -3 but less than 3. And f of x is equal to x minus 5 if x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so what do we need to do now? So what we need to do now is, of course, as you can see here, we have two values of a. Now we have -3 and 3. So in that case, it means that we'll check the continuity of this piecewise function with the two values that we have. So we'll start, of course, with a is equal to -3. So this will become now the solution. So we'll start with a is equal to -3. So if you will check, class, the first condition for continuity, of course, f of -3. So where does f of -3 or x is equal to -3 will fall? So of course, this will fall on this second inequality because this is defined as x is greater than or equal to -3 but less than 3. So papasok siya dito. So in this case, what will happen is you just need to use this function that corresponds to this inequality. So in that case, what we'll use is this square root of 9 minus x squared. So this will lead to square root of 9 minus negative 3 squared. So of course, this will lead to 9 minus 9. So this will become 0. Okay, so is f of a defined? Of course, yes, because there is a value which is 0. Okay, so we'll proceed to the second condition. So check. So for second condition, limit of f of x as x approaches -3 must exist, right? So, but before we can conclude that, of course, we need to check the right side limit. So in that case, the limit of f of x as x approaches -3 from the right, of course, will will try to look for the function that will satisfy the given um right side limit. So of course, -3 from the right. So in this case, this will not satisfy because this is x is less than -3. However, the second one will satisfy now the right side limit because this is defined as greater than, diba? X is greater than or equal to -3. So in that case, it means that we'll use the second function as well. So the limit of square root of 9 minus x squared as x approaches -3 from the right. So in that case, we'll just substitute it directly. So that's square root of 9 minus -3 squared again. So this will become 0 as well. Okay, what's next? So we'll do now the left side limit. We're in limit of f of x as x approaches -3 from the left. So in that case, what will be the function that we need to use? So of course, we need to use the x is less than -3, wherein in this case, this will be the inequality that will satisfy. So it means that we'll use this function for the left side limit. So limit of x plus 3, then squared as x approaches to -3 from the left. Okay, so what will happen here is, of course, you just need to substitute it directly. So that's -3 plus 3, then squared. So this will become, of course, 0. So in that case, class, what will happen is we'll proceed now to the third condition for two-sided limit, wherein the right side limit as x approaches a -3 from the right is equal to limit of f of x as x approaches -3 from the left. Do you agree that they are equal? So of course, yes, because they are both equal to 0. So in that case, it means that for the second condition, yes, it exists and the value of the limit is 0. So in that case, second condition will be satisfied. Okay, how about the third condition for continuity? Is f of a equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches, or is f of -3, is this equal to limit of f of x as x approaches -3? So of course, yes, because they are both equal to 0. So in this case, we can now say that f is, so again, all of the three conditions are being satisfied. So f is continuous at x is equal to -3. So this is the thing that we can conclude whenever a is equal to or x is equal to -3. Continuous po siya. Okay. Oh, what's next? So the next thing is, of course, we're not yet done, class, because as mentioned a while ago, we have two values of x. X is equal to -3 and x is equal to 3. So we need to check as well the x is equal to 3. So in this case, same problem. So this will become now the solution. So if x is equal to 3, so what will happen now? So what will happen is you need to check for the first condition. We're in f of 3. So where does f of 3 fall? So in that case, of course, if we have x is equal is x greater than or equal to 3, so or x is equal to 3, so this will fall on this inequality, right? So what will be the function that we need to use? So of course, we need to use x minus 5. So if that's the case that x minus 5 will be used, so we just need to substitute it directly. So this will become 3 minus 5, so this will give you a value of -2. Okay, so is f of a defined? Of course, yes, because there is a value which is -2. Okay, next. So we need to check now the limit of f of x as x approaches a. So by checking if this exists, if this is exists, then of course you need to find now the right side limit. So the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the right, so of course you need to consider the inequality that will give you x is greater than 3. So in this case, this will be the inequality. So it means that we'll just use this function x minus 5. So the limit of x minus 5 as x approaches 3 from the right, of course, you just need to substitute it directly. So that's 3 minus 5. So this will become -2. Okay, but how about if you're asked now to get the left side limit? So in that case, for the left side limit, so that's limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the left. So in this case, we'll have the limit. So where does the 3 from the left falls? So in that case, this will fall on this, right? On the second function, right? Because 3 from the left will fall on this. X is less than 3, right? So in this case, the function that we'll use is the square root of 9 minus x squared as x approaches 3 from the left. So by substitution, this will lead to square root of 9 minus 3 squared. So of course, this will lead to square root of 9 minus 9, or this is just equal to 0. So in that case, you'll check now the last condition for two-sided limit. So the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the right is this equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the left? So of course it's not, no, because this is -2 and this is 0. So in that case, it fails to meet the condition or the second condition. So in that case, since this is not being satisfied because this will become D and E, no? The limit of f of x as x approaches 3 will become D and E. So it means that we can conclude that f is discontinuous at x is equal to 3. Then we can conclude right away. So what is the classification of discontinuity that we have, since you will already mentioned that the function is discontinuous. So in that case, we'll have what? We'll have essential, right? So we'll have an essential discontinuity because the limit of the function as x approaches a becomes D and E. So it means that for this example, this is an essential discontinuity. Okay, so we're done. So I hope you learned something from me today. Thank you, everyone. Bye.